Well, hello. Welcome to Queenie's live January 2026 cards of the month. This is where I pull a bunch of cards and I tell you the potential energetic story of the month. And we just, Happy New Year. We just got into 2026. Welcome. We survived 2025. Which is fantastic. Felt touch and go for a little while there, but it's all good. Anyway, so generally I start out with the Faeries Oracle card by Brian Froud. And I pick a card, I shuffle, and I pick a card that talks about the theme of the month. Like the overarching theme of the energy of the month. So let's do that, shall we? Let me have some tea first. Yes, my lips are blue. They're supposed to be kind of sparkly and blue. I kind of like it. I mixed Manic Panic Bad Boy Blue with from years ago Too Faced Unicorn Snot or Unicorn something. Has sparkly kind of blue, and I hadn't really worn it very much before because I have such like dramatic coloring, like the hair's dark, not as much anymore, and the skin is really pale, and then with a pale lip you just kind of disappear. At least that's my logic. Anyway, so I'm going to shuffle the cards until I feel like I've got the energy of January 2026, how we're going to slide into the year. I don't feel like it's launch into the year, but slide into the year. At least that's how I'm feeling. The card of the week last week, or that I pulled on Sunday, was about resting and recuperating and allowing things to unfold without messing with them too much, allowing things to naturally unfold. And I believe that's true, because I don't think I could push myself to push on anything right now, and I'm sure that some people feel the same. So we are finished shuffling the cards. I like to grab the cards from the middle, even when I'm doing readings for other people. I'm going to surprise myself, put the rest of the cards to the side and see what's happening here. Okay, so cleanup is needed. I pulled the Fairies of the Future, and I pulled it upside down, but let's talk about it right side up, and then we'll also talk about upside down. Okay, so the Fairies of the Future comes along when it's time to think about where you would like to be in the future. The phrase that I get initially from it is, what do you plan to do with your great and beautiful life? That's probably not the exact quote, but that's the quote that came out at this moment. So I'm not necessarily plagiarizing. That's the phrase I came up with. I'm not going to justify my existence all up in here, even though I did justify my blue lipstick's existence. But, hey, that's kind of girly stuff. I like it. Anyway, I'm going to have another sip of my tea. So the theme of the month is the Fairies of the Future. Right side up, it's time to look at your life and take some time to look at where you would like to go with it. And whatever does not fit, whatever cannot go along with you, has to go. And so the Fairies of the Future does continued weeding like the Lady of the Harvest, but it's more of a moving forward than planting seeds where you're at. So the fairies of the future kind of this month, it's giving us time to look at where we want to go. In the book meaning for this card, fairies of the future. In the book meaning for this card, the text says, "Where would you like to be in a year? Where would you like to be in 5 years?" You know, I would like, because things seem to be changing pretty quickly and evolving a lot faster now than they did when this deck came out, which was in 1999, or earlier than 1999. I first got it then. That doesn't mean that just because I didn't have it before, it didn't exist before. But you know, everything's about me, right? Anyway, so this, I think, think about where you would like to be in a month. Think about where you would like to be in 6 months, and start having those dreams, start having those plans, and understand that this month, having this be the theme of the month, is the prep work. It's the prep time. Okay? Now, if we want to look at this card upside down, which I don't read upside down cards as bad. I read them as either something that we're resisting or something that's happening on a very deep level. To me, this card came out upside down. It feels like there's some really deep level planning, organizing, sorting, clearing going on during this month. Okay. I'm getting that this feels like kind of in between time. Like you're not quite ready to move ahead yet, but you're also not going backwards. Like January is a month, and I think this is perfect for winter anyway too, because things are growing, but they're growing internally. They're kind of hibernating, but not dead, not lost, just growing internally. And I guess that could kind of tie into the card of the week this week as well, is that this is a gestation period. But with the fairies of the future, you're planning internally. You're it's just time to make some plans. I know that we have been in survival mode for quite some time, or at least off and on in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode and you're scraping around to survive, you're not making plans for the future. You're making plans for the moment, like roof over the head, food on the table, power bill paid, whatever. And I completely understand and relate to those feelings and to being in that space. Being in that space, of course, makes it hard to dream about the future or have a vision about the future or the path. I think this month is kind of challenging you to to understand that some of that stuff is being taken care of already. It is automatically being taken care of. You have worked really hard to get yourself to the place where those things are taken care of. And so this month is about what more? What more would you like to do with your beautiful life? What would you like to do in 6 months? What would you like to do in a year? What would you like to do in 5 years? Where would you like to be? And this really resonates with me as well. And I hope that it resonates with you. Hopefully, whoever finds this, whenever they find it, whether they watch it live or whether they watch it later, rewatch it later, or they find it on YouTube or whatever, that that this resonates with them. That like, yeah, we've been scraping for survival. We've been afraid, and justifiably so, for quite some time. And but this intensity, this type of intensity, and this kind of information overload, news cycle information overload, this is not going to go away. And so we have to find some way to find balance in it. We have to find some way to come back to ourselves in it while still understanding and having compassion for what's going on, but also get grounded with ourselves. Now that kind of meandered off of Fairies of the Future, but it does help you to be able to expand your vision of what's possible for you in the future, even if it's just a little tiny bit, even if it's just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Any amount of fear that you can let go of, that you can drop about the future, it will move you forward. This month, like I said, we're kind of in the void. We're kind of in the in-between. But I suspect that February will be moving. By mid-February, things will be moving a little faster. Things will feel a little bit clearer. I'm not sure why, but that's what it feels like. So that's your Fairies Oracle card, which is the influence of the whole reading, the overarching theme of the month, the energy of the month. The energy of the month is clearing things that are out of your way, making plans for the future, even if it's just the near future, and deciding where you want to go and what it's going to take. Who do you get to take with you, and who do you have to leave behind? What do you get to take with you, and what do you have to leave behind? That's pretty much the energy of the card. So let's see which deck I'm going to grab. I really want to do the Eileen Connolly deck. That's because that's my favorite dear old deck. So, usually I do the cat right about now, don't I? Okay, well, we're doing the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month right now. And then we'll do the cat support card after. For some reason, that's where I went first. So I'm just going to roll with it, man. So again, this is just the major arcana of the tarot. And the first card is going to be from today until the 12th of January. The next card will be the middle of the month, which is the 13th of January to the 21st. And the last card will be the end of the month, which is the 22nd to the 30th. So, oh, nice. Okay. A little brewing. Woo, okay. I like these. These came out good. I suppose they're all right. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so the beginning of the month, from January 1st until the 12th, we have the Star card. So this can definitely go with the plans for the future, because this card, I just keep getting the word wish, 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 wish upon a star. When you wish upon a star. That probably was flat because I just don't that didn't go. I think it needed to go higher, and I just didn't trust that high note, and I didn't want to hurt you. Anyway, so the Star card is at the beginning of the month. This is about shining. So this could also be, no, this is definitely a wish card. This is about heeding the advice of the fairies of the future and making some plans for where you want to go, making some wishes for where you want to go. This tells me that the plans need to be bigger than you think you're allowed. That's what that card tells me. That card tells me that the beginning of the month is about making a little magic and having a little bit bigger wishes than we've been allowing ourselves for a long, long time. So that's what that means. I mean, the star is about radiance. It's about illumination. It's about being your own shiny self. Maybe not the same and not as much as the sun card, but the star card certainly packs a little bit of punch. There's self-acceptance and also permission. Permission to wish, permission to dream, permission to make your plans a little bit brighter than you thought. So the plan you want to go with is the one that's a little bit brighter or a little bit more magical than you thought. You're not delusional. It's all part of the journey. Okay, so that's the beginning of the month. The middle of the month is you've made this wish, you've made this plan, but now you have to allow it to happen. And what happens when you have to allow it to start germinating is you go in and you have the hermit. Now, the hermit isn't about completely retreating from everything and everybody. It's about taking that wish that you made, internalizing it, and getting to know it. Because the 9 card, the hermit card, the hermit is very wise and has the knowledge so what this feels like is the plans or the wish, you internalize it and you want to get to know it, to get to know the ins and outs of it before you burst out and before you complete the cycle. Because the 9 card is right before the cycle completes. In the major arcana, the first cycle completes, and all of a sudden you get the Wheel of Fortune, and there's opportunities coming up all over the place. The hermit is the in-between time, the void. So in the middle of the month, we have the hermit card. So like I said, what this means is that we've made this wish with the star card in the beginning of the month, and then the middle of the month, the hermit card comes in and you get to know your wish. Like you can get to know the practicalities of it, or you can just get to know it and embody it. To embody it. It's weird. I do keep getting the phrase, like you have to get to know your dream, get to know your plan and your wish, and kind of integrate it almost into your system. That's the middle of the month. So there may not be as much of a desire to run around. You make your wish to run around shouting from the rooftops, I'm going to do this. This is my plan. It's more like you're holding on, you're holding it close to you and getting to know it and letting it get to know you, which is really, really interesting. It feels really interesting. You're letting it get to know you, and you are getting to know it. And that's the hermit in the middle of the month. And this is from the 13th to the 21st. And then, bam, there is some sort of breakthrough towards the end of the month, or at least some lightness towards the end of the month, because we have the Empress card from the 22nd to the 30th. And look at her. Now, the Empress is creativity, radiance, magnetism, abundance, birth, pretty much. So basically the Hermit card is all this on the inside, getting to know the wish, letting the wish get to know you, and the Empress presents it. It'll be ready by the end of the month. Some of that will be ready for sharing, because the Empress loves to share, and she is it's 3 is a very creative number. It's very lighthearted. It's beautiful. It's childlike in a way, but it's the child, like the Empress gives birth to the dream or the vision. So, like I said, you're getting to know it, and then the Empress comes in towards the end of the month, and I think you'll be ready to share a little bit more about where you want to go. You'll feel more secure to share the joy and excitement about where you would like to go and what some of those plans are. That doesn't mean all of them. You don't have to, but it feels like there will be some excitement around it. So now we're gonna pull a cat, which, seems like my everyday life is to pull a cat. But this is Spirit Cats by Nicole PR. This is our cat support card. What cat is going to help? What cat energy is going to help us through this month? My cat's cat energy is every time I'm walking around the house too much, she goes and hides under the couch. That's her cat energy, her semi-feral cat energy. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't love her mama. In fact, she might be wondering why the door isn't open for her right now. Whether she wants to come in or not, she always likes to make sure she has access because, I don't know, she's a cat. Let's see which card is our support card, our helper. Oh, adventure, which is interesting because like a lot of this stuff is happening on the inside, but we need to have some adventures to lighten up a little bit this month. Not everything needs to be really serious. So this is cute. Meet Lion Mew. Lion Mew? He is an adventurer, an explorer, a traveler, and a seeker of lost worlds. He likes to feel the wind rippling in his fur and the excitement of not quite knowing what he might discover next. It is time to leave the safe havens of your comfy home and routine to seek out distant shores and unknown lands. Widen your circle of experience and step into a different point of view. Distance and diversity gives us a shift in perspective. Home never looks the same from afar. Remember, the journey outward illuminates the journey inward. Live your life as a grand adventure. So this makes sense because didn't I just say that our wishes and our dreams and our plans need to expand a little bit beyond what we've known before and beyond what we're used to and beyond the little small boxes that we try and put ourselves in. So this cat support card is saying, hey, in order to figure out what more is possible for you, you need to shake up your routine a little bit. So yes, it's winter. Yes, it's hard to get out there. It's cold, it's yucky, or it's not. Or we have all kinds of excuses not to leave the house. I know I do. And I know that I need a little adventure myself. So it's a really good support card for us for the month of January. All right, so who else wants to come out? Let's see. We'll do one of these. This is from an Etsy deck that doesn't have a book with it, but has these really cute kind of Alice in Wonderland-y sort of pictures. This is going to be what whimsy. I love this word now. I've decided whimsy is like, I think I'm so tired of feeling so serious and bogged down that whimsy. I don't have a middle name. Maybe I'll make Whimsy my middle name. Erin Whimsy Shannon. That's a little weird. EWS. Who knows? Okay, this is really sweet. When you can't look at the bright side, I will sit with you in the dark. Now that wasn't completely lightening up, but this is very on theme. It's on theme with what we're trying to accomplish this month, with what we're brewing, as it were. Kind of connects to the Hermit card. When you can't look on the bright side, I will sit with you in the dark. I really have been thinking more about the ways that it would be good for me to make peace with myself, to go within and make peace with myself. In fact, when I did a video about the Two of Cups, I realized, oh, well, this card isn't just about external love relationships. This is about dating yourself and becoming in communication with yourself connecting to your inner heart and your outer heart, and like kind of having your inner male and female, which I believe that we all possess that. Some people like lean in more in one direction or prefer to express one more than the other, and it's all beautiful and incredible, but sometimes they're not talking because of external things that happened, or just a fear of the other. And we can carry this stuff into our lives, and it affects our lives and all of our relationships. And the idea that we can maybe make peace with those parts of ourselves that will help us in our life and in our relationships, that won't solve everything. But to make peace within yourself can be very helpful. It can it can eliminate some of the longing. It can it can assist you with trying to seek something outside yourself, that the peace needs to be made within. That doesn't mean that, all of a sudden you'll isolate yourself and you won't need anybody, but it will get you to a place where, unless they enhance your life, then no. I'm not completely there yet, but I feel more at peace with myself, but there's always work to do, and I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to stop growing as a person. I choose not to stop. I want to remain very flexible of mind and spirit. Try to be that way of body, but as you get older, sometimes I gotta move. You gotta have some exercise. Some adventure. Anyway, but when you can't look on the bright side, I will sit with you in the dark. You will always be with you in the dark. Okay, I like that. Let's see who else wants to come and say hello. We'll do another animal card, and the Spirit Animal Oracle. I really like these too. This is going to be our responsibilities this month. Why did I have to add responsibilities? Because I'm rude. That's why. Just kidding. Oh, nice. Okay, this is great. This kind of goes along with the theme of the month. You got the whale card, the whale spirit. Trust the great mystery. Got to trust that we're doing the right things for ourselves. Let's see this is number 65. Hello. Come on, you can do it. Whale spirit. Trust the great mystery. Hold on. I'll do this so that you can look at it. Check it out while The whale spirit is an ancient creature who was here at the beginning of time and who has seen everything, felt everything, and heard everything that has ever transpired on this planet. In the hidden realms where all things must, easy for me to say, gather first before manifesting into form, whale spirit is the keeper, singing the soul of the whole world from the deepest waters of the coldest seas. When whale spirit appears, it is a reminder that there is a great mystery that you must accept without intellectually trying to understand it. Some things cannot be known by the mind, only experienced through the heart, through intuition and through the peripheral senses that part the invisible veils separating the visible world from the great manifesting consciousness in the hidden realms. Now is the time for you to immerse yourself in the great mystery of spirit and to trust that within the invisible, which is kind of like the Hermit card, trust that within the invisible, what you can't see now are the seeds of your intentions being tended to by angels. So your responsibility right now are to trust that you are on the right path. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to be doing, and that it is all unfolding exactly as it needs to. Can I say exactly more times? Maybe. I could. I might not, but I could. And that does kind of tie into the theme. You know, there's only so much planning you can do. Pardon me, for the future. There's only so much planning you can do. But there is also the opportunity to expand your vision for the future. This month, cut yourself some slack. See if you can figure out a way to unplug enough from the fear machine that we are all plugged into. I'm plugged into it too. To unplug enough to check in with yourself and maybe expand your vision of where you are allowing yourself to go and how you are allowing yourself to live, how you are allowing yourself to embody who you really are out in the world. And this is not a time to push, like I'm seeing that it's not a time to kind of, like, I'm getting a visual of a caterpillar in the chrysalis, and if you open that up sooner than you need to, it just dies. It's so fragile, and we can't. In order for us to pace ourselves for what is to come, we need to trust what's brewing in there, and also make the dream bigger. Make the dream bigger. It's okay now to make the dream bigger. And yeah, trust, whale spirit. Let's see if we've got some other ones. Boop, boop, boop. I know, all I do, I just boop. Boop is my favorite, and then I make you look at the side of my head and my beautiful, not so snatched jawline. But oh well, this is happening. Oh, how do we get these out of here? I forgot how you get them out. This life is kind of crazy. What the heck? Oh my God, why did I do that? I don't know how to get it out. Well, these cards aren't gonna do it, are they? They're being little brats. They're being little brats. Okay, what have we got here? We could use the cat tarot. So I'm going to use the minor arcana of the cat tarot, just because I use the major arcana for the month, for the 3 sections of the month. Let's see what we get here. This is what we're working on. Even though I've talked about what we're working on a lot, but this is in the day-to-day what we're working on. This will be interesting. I'm going to pull 3 cards. I don't know what they mean yet, but I'm going to pull 3 cards. Okay, well, this is clearing things up for me. Now I have to look in the book because the cat tarot has the suits are different than I have to figure out which one is, like, cups is right, but swords, I think the swords are the claws. Okay, so this must be wands, I guess. Let's find out. Oh yeah. Okay, good. I was like, what is this? It's a cat toy. I'm trying. Okay, so the first card that I pulled, so this is what we're working on this month. We are working on some emotional healing, some emotional mastery, and some play. I say this because the first card I got was the Queen of Cups. Queens are very secure in their suit. Cups is about dreams, visions, intuition, love, romance, heart stuff, but like particularly dreams and visions. So that also can correspond with wishes. But we have to be secure in those areas in order to make them work for us and to heal. It's healing as well. So, and then we pulled the King of Cups. So not only we have both the King and the Queen down here of Cups, and the Kings always, they have developed mastery over their suit. So the Queen is secure with it and secure with the unfolding of it. Okay? The King, like, has mastered it. So not only does he feel secure with it, but the King can act on it. He can act on his dreams, visions, and his emotions are more vulnerable emotions in a confident way. He is more confident about his feelings and about his dreams and his visions. So this is what we're working with this month. And this to me speaks to a very deep emotional healing. I think when you are able to kind of expand your visions for yourself, that and trust them, that creates a deep emotional healing. Now the King, he did come out upside down, but that to me, it didn't count to me. The other thing that we're working with right now is the Six of Wands. There's play. And that cat's really playing. Like that toy with a kitten, that'll get one of those guys running around, jumping up things, all kinds of stuff. And this is the adventure part. And this is it's like, even though we're doing a deep emotional healing, that what we're working with, or kind of balance, as it were, we need to be playful about it all. And that's part of the adventure part with the Spirit Cats card. And that is part of the Empress coming towards the end of the month. That is part of, when you can't look on the bright side, I will sit with you in the dark. That's a playful way of saying that, I'm your friend, and being your own friend, and understanding that we are not alone, that we're never alone. And this cat, the Six of Wands, this is, playful, very playful. I think, I'm trying to think in the other tarot deck. Let's see if we can find what the Six of Wands looks like in the other tarot deck, and see how it corresponds with this, like where it's similar. Okay? It'll just take me a minute to find it. Maybe. the Eight of Wands. I am enjoying doing these videos of that's the Four, of deep diving into a random tarot card that I just pull so that I can talk about, you know, for 10 minutes or so about the deeper meaning, or my opinions, really, because every reader is going to do it slightly differently. That's 10. I'm working on it, guys. That's the 7. Oh, here. Okay. Well, yeah, it is playful. The Six of Wands in other decks it's the parade. It's the guy on the horse with the parade. There's a celebration, there's a connection. There was sixes. Sixes connect to the Lover's card, which is about choice, and it's about networking, and it's about getting the right connections. And Wands is creativity and fire and magic. And this guy on this horse is having a parade. And I think it kind of goes along with the cat who's playing, because this is when you're playing with your cat with this, you have to be doing it, and it's all about them. It's all about them, and it's all about creating fun and creating this for them. And I would think that the parade, and there's a laurel wreath on one of the wands, which means that it's a celebration about and this guy's wearing a laurel wreath. So like the hero returning, and how many other people love them for that, and the choices they make from now on will affect everything. So I'm kind of excited about that and what we're working with. Although, you know, this is going to be kind of an emotional month, but it also looks to be a month where we can finally kind of come out from under a little bit of the survival stuff and plan more of our future and expand our ideas about what's possible for us, which is kind of cool. So that's my jam. And it's only been about 45 minutes. But whenever this finds you, or if you're watching it live, just know that we're all in this together, and that any of the struggles that you might be having trying to figure out, where would I like to be in a year? Where would I like to be in 5 years? That you know, I'm with you. I'm not sure. I swear that over the last maybe even 15 or 20 years, I get myself into these places where I stopped dreaming. I stopped making wishes about the future. I stopped making big plans. All the plans were just, okay, how am I going to survive? Like, how am I going to continue? How am I going to endure? And that makes you tired, really. And I think this month is giving us, myself included, the opportunity to look for something more and to expand our vision of what is possible for us. I had these ideas when I was younger about what I wanted to do and where I wanted to be. But I didn't even think about being this age. Not that I thought that I was going to pass away at all. I just never really factored it in. I thought that I would have more of my crap together. And I have a lot of my crap together, which is, I'm impressed with myself, because boy, it was touch and go for a little while there. At least I felt like it. It was touch and go for my taste, and I'm stubborn, and I really like consistency and comfort. So it was a bit much, but there's still more, and I'm looking forward to more. I just don't know what it is yet. I don't know. So I hope that this gives you pause to, make some wishes about your future. Think about where you'd like to be in 6 months. Think about where you'd like to be in a year. Think about where you'd like to be in 5 years. If you can stretch that far. I have a little trouble stretching that far without making it seem impossible. Not because I think that I'm going to, croak or anything, but just I have a hard time if I don't pragmatically know the steps I'm going to need to take to get there. I have a hard time making plans for it, which is something that I need to loosen up about. Because so far, everything has worked out exactly the way it needed to, and then some. And it's always worked out. But remembering that it does and trusting that it does, like the whale spirit, it's not as easy to do. But I am hoping that as I work on these things, the more I work on these things and get more secure about them, less anxious, I'll share that with you, whatever I find. And if it works for you, that's great. If you think it's woo-woo and weird, that's great too. I know that I am not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm some people's cup of tea. And those are the ones that I want to drink tea with when I do a live. I made it funny. Anyway, I am wishing you an incredible January of 2026. And I'm wishing you a beautifully unexpected and amazing year. Let's do this thing. I love you guys. I'll see you again soon. You can't get rid of me that easy. Don't forget to, like this, subscribe wherever this ends up. I think this is going to end up on YouTube, so don't forget to like and subscribe. I have to do the little plugs, and I'll talk to you soon.